It's 11 degrees Celsius out today and sunny, and for reference sake, we're going to stay at this bungalow style house. Faces towards the east. Now we're a brick veneer around a better portion of the property here. I think a little bit of maybe wood or vinyl up at the ends of the garage here, and up at our gable end as well, looks like vinyl. So that's nice. Actually they did metal underneath there as well for our roofing. And you get the ice breaks all the way across the front end here. So that stops big sheets of ice and water, or snow rather, from slipping down, hitting anybody walking there. So that's good. A little bit of damage at the front eave troughs. I could definitely use a better patch. It's actually cut right open there. And then probably upgraded windows as well at some point in time. We'll have to figure all that out once we get inside then. Doors as well from the garage. Good. Then we have the barn on the far side. So maybe what we'll do, maybe we'll just go to the barn first. See what's going on, and then come back over here and take a good look around the property. Just over on the grass here for 2 seconds first. We got our hydro going in there. It's a big 3-aught wire coming down, and then 2-inch line going down after that. So it'll probably be 200 amp service for the house. There's hydro on the side of the barn there too, so probably another 100 amp or so coming over for that. Then we got, again, metal roof on top of that. Nice big vent on the top there as well. I'm guessing that the house has the same sort of setup. We'll see that later on once we get inside. Then we have the ice breaks here too. Nice. Yeah, so probably 100 amp from the size of that line going in there. Downspouts are away as well, which is great, just down into the grass there from the looks of it. There's a wood frame around the outside that I don't really love because the wood could rot, right? I'm guessing it's there just to frame the concrete floor. Not bad this side. I had a couple little dents and dings here and there. Propane is off the back side here too. Looks like it's from 2018, right in there where they stamped it. And sometimes they have thickness size and sometimes not. No, not this time anyways. Okay. And back of the roof, got the ice breaks there again as well. Sort of crest in the center, then we drain off to the downspout there as well, which is great. A couple little dings and dents here and there again too. Still all metal sided and nice shape. Even that wood framing that's there isn't too bad a shape. Good. Alright, well inside the barn here we got the panel box opened up. Just a couple of 15s and then a 20 amper. Labeled nicely in there too, all copper wiring in here. So it might be going off to like a welder plug or a compressor plug or something like that. But all in all, it's in nice shape. No problem with that. And really, it's been built nice in here. It's a pole barn, right? And then framed on the inside. Everything's been grounded so far in our hydro as well. All engineered trusses up top there too, with lots of strapping on them to help keep them all nice and straight. Concrete's in nice shape here too. A couple little cracks, typical stuff, but nothing heaved or separated really. Even around the outside, the wood close to the bottom looks okay. Nice. And the hoist? Oh, maybe the 20 amps for the hoist. Yeah. Nice. And both doors are manual here too. I'm not going to go all the way up, but they're weighted very nicely. Actually, they're very easy to move. Both on the chains there. Lovely. So back up towards the house then now. We got a GFI right up at the front end here for our plug. Oh, it doesn't trip anymore. Alright, so it's time for a new one there. And then we got hydro going out to the barn. We got hydro coming in for the house. We got extension cord with a timer or something like that on it. Which shouldn't really be running through the walls like that. Just ask him what it's for. Maybe if it's unneeded, you can just get rid of it. And then we got our deck. Now the deck is all done up with fence boards. That's why they sort of flex when you step on them. They're not strong enough to be walked on, so these actually have to be changed. It's just not safe enough. We're all 2x6 frame underneath from the looks of it here, but only Tapcon back to the house. I like to see lag bolts actually, and you have to lag bolt back to structure as well. You can't just Tapcon it to the brick because it's a siding brick, not a structural brick. Right? And then it's probably the dryer coming out here, but I don't know. It's been damp, I guess, and it's spalling the bricks actually. So you have to get some sealant onto that and maybe find out, maybe they're just running it a lot, I don't know. Or maybe the snow is building up here and the ice has got at it. It wouldn't hurt maybe to cut this deck back a bit maybe then and put some steps down. Because that's that big step all the way around here to get up on top of it, right? Other than that, bricks look okay. Let's have a bit of caulking or tarring on that. We've got Christmas light plug up top too. And no power right now, so it must be switched from somewhere. We'll have to see where we can figure out what that is. The front end of the deck is just sitting on deck blocks as well. Now if you're going to lag it or fasten it to the house, it's better to have some sort of footing here because these things can move up and down with the frost. You don't want it pulling off of the house because of that either then. There's a couple little cracks in the foundation there. Just small ones, typical ones, so we'll look for that downstairs as well. Oh no, it doesn't look too bad, nothing too big or anything like that. I don't see too much in here. Well, again, not bad at all. I have to watch the eaves too. It looks like the corners could maybe use some refastening and recaulking. Oh no, nice shape on it. So this plug here won't trip back beside or behind us because that other GFI doesn't work, but we are grounded nicely, so just change that other one over. And then probably basement bathroom fan coming out, just missing the screen there. Nice. And again, it's all poured concrete for our foundation. There's a little crack right up here too. Right, just a small one, so we'll look for that again in the basement. I'm missing, well, the screen's ripped right out of that one anyways. Okay. In the bricks as well, we have these little gaps, and they're called weep holes. Okay, you don't fill them in. They allow the wall to breathe a little bit. But what I would do is just build up the grade a little bit in here. It sort of crests the highest point right here, and everything's draining back down that way. So you don't want to push water up against the walls, right? And just hope nothing ever leaks in the basement. Kind of it's better off to the front end, but everything kind of is high right along in here. So you build it up in here. Gardens, you don't want to water your foundation either, so they're not the best, but if you don't have to water these things, whatever they are, that's not too bad. The screen's ripped over there again too. And again, roof is lovely. Now these vents often are put on afterwards, the flashings for them. Yeah, so it's sitting right over top. I don't love them, but that top side, I would even do the sides along here, just get them caulked all the time, or tarred, so they don't leak as the water's coming down the roof this way. Stairs around the corner, oh, are rotting. Oh yeah, that's just gone. And that's probably why they're sagged into the dirt here. They're not sitting on anything except some stones. This retaining wall here too is falling over. So that you're gonna have to get fixed up. It's actually pushing against the 6x6 as well. Both of these really need repair. It's a bit of a funny area because all the water is coming this way, right? It's just gonna be rotting the stairs and pushing on the wall. So I'd like to see you improve all that. Maybe even just get rid of these. End it, do a full wall, grade it properly around the corner or something like that. Other than that, it's just a bit of an older deck. Could use a good stain. And no screen door here, so look around for that. Yeah, not bad on the joist hangers. Just a single on the end though. And because it's a metal roof, you're gonna have a lot of weight up here with the snow load, right? It'd be nice to double that one up too. Just to give it more strength. You just have to undo the ends and add some more on. And then here again, we're just Tapcon to the house. Not all the way though. There's just nothing in here at all. It's a bit out time to have a contractor come out here, do this up properly for you. I don't know what you have to do, if this is okay to span. Double up the end, fix the deck, that sort of thing. Back into the roof, the same thing. Ice spikes coming across, flashed probably afterwards. So again, seal up those flashings all the time, eh? And then just watch this fan too. It's probably the bathroom here. It's right at the ice break, so just be careful it doesn't build up any ice itself and stop the fan from working, that's all. So we've got tap on this side as well. We've got another plug, grounded nice, of course doesn't trip, so that'll be tied into the front one as well. On the far end, we've got a propane going in, regulator, gas shut off here for as well, into the garage side. Nice, now again, all 6x6s under here. Stairs, you can't really tell what they're sitting on far down over that way. Just again, make sure when the guy is here that But down at property, I don't love that this wood is sitting in the ground either. Same thing as the far side, that's how you rot it out, right? As it stands, it's actually, no, that's quite good still. Just keep an eye on that. The rest of this, 2x8s, 2x10 beams, milled together. Probably HRV coming out here as well, just needs another caulking around. This thing sort of got loose. Right, and it's just clogged too, so that needs to be cleaned up. And the deck is lagged back to the house, all sorts of times. Good. For the AC, we have a manual, this thing's there for it. It's from 2000. Our maximum fuse circuit breaker about 25 amps, so I'll double check that downstairs as well. It looks like a 2-ton. Nice. I just watched the snow on it, keep all this stuff away. And reseal. It's just a piece of brick that they cut out and just caulked it in, but oh, you're gonna get mice and bugs back in here like this too. Well, that's probably the furnace coming out here, just above us. Okay, I think the water heater was electric. The rest of the way, again, lots of lag bolts going back in there. Just watch the grading again here. You know, all of this is getting a little high because you don't want to cover up the bricks and rot the wood framing that's behind them or spoil the bricks either. So, well, they already are spoiled. Maybe that's why they parged all this. I don't know what you're going to find behind there, but these ones are all falling apart and need some love. Plug back here as well. It's grounded nice. And that's what the wall should look like. You know, that one's staying put. The wood's rotting, so it wouldn't hurt to do them both at the same time. You can see the tie back is even holding in place. It's the wall that's moved out from it. The far side of the garage, same thing. Nice shape on it. Just a bit of a cut line probably. Yeah, a little bit of a crack there. Meant to do it a bit. That's how they pour them. Lovely. All recocked as well. Got the cameras in the corners. We're flashed over top the door frames there. Oh, there's something else in there too. Maybe you put another piece inside it. Just double checking back here too. We're 28 inches from the beam to the outside. You're only really supposed to cantilever 24 inches if they're 2x10s. So that definitely could use some reworking as well. And this joist part of the beam is smashed for some reason. Maybe when they shot nails into it like this. That might need some doubling up as well. So again, something for the contractor to look at for you. That one's broken as well. And that one's broken just a little bit. Yeah, it needs a bit of improvement. The garage doors are moving nice there. The third one, or the first one, whatever you want to think about it, is manual. Something definitely ran into it before though. Maybe they slid on the ice in the winter. So that one's dented in a bit. Let's see if it still moves though. Oh yeah, nice and easy. Now this one here, again, I assume is the dryer. That's our dryer over there. But you're not allowed to have a dryer line in a garage. And if you do it, it has to be totally bulkheaded, insulated, and drywalled. Okay, so if there's ever a car running in here, you don't have the exhaust getting back inside. Right now, that's just an open hole, right? So, of course, that's got to be fixed up to get the dryer outside, but then fixed up properly as well after that. The rest of it's all been insulated. We'll see about the attic from inside then. Tape's fallen off a little bit, which is pretty typical. And then finished off on the house wall. So if there's any little holes or cracks afterwards, just get them all filled in for the same reasons there too. And it's just a sheet of metal over top of maybe a hole as well. The doors, we got photo cells for. Looks like you're walking underneath them. Back up they both go. Good. Alright, inside now we're up into the attic. And again, it's all engineered trusses, plywood for our roof as well. And they took off the vents, but didn't cut in other vents. So maybe that isn't a ridge vent up top, but I tell you, you have no upper venting right now for heat exhaust. So that's got to get done. And roof guys, metal roof guys often do that. So there's an old chimney here too, not being used anymore. It's like they started to cut it out. Then that was it. Well, that's maybe a little bit further down there. Man. That is tough to see. There's a little bit of a cutout there too. And the rest of the way you can't see too much just because of the angle we're at. So maybe it's there. Regardless, the nails are bright and shiny still too, all of them coming through. They didn't cut out much on this side. Same sort of direction, there's nothing. So it could be better, we'll put it that way. And yet still, it's not bad up here. You know, it's the east, it's the west side of course too, so it gets a little bit warmer and dries out a little bit quicker, but it's still looking pretty good. And there's actually no access to the attic from the garage in here, so we're stuck that way for the garage attic. The insulation's a little messed around in here, so that can be nice and leveled back out again too. It was R40 when they put it in. Right in there. Down up at 97. So 98 maybe when they finished it off, 99, something like that. We got vapor barrier underneath as well. And all in all, still looks pretty good. That is your exhaust vent for the plumbing stack there. Don't see any stains or leaks around that. A little bit of old stuff there. And the other one, you can't really see from here. Oh, yes, Ken, it's that one, obviously. That looks great. The bathroom right in front of us has a fan as well. You can see the dust blowing around, but it doesn't seem to come out of here. So that's got to go outside still. The other one was on the far side there. I have to double check the ensuite in the other bathroom. There's only one fan going at the back wall, right? On that far end. So I have to figure that one out. The rest of the way we're insulated on the door hatch. We got weather stripping as well for it. Haven't seen anything broken or compromised as far as the trusses go. It's not bad at all. Into that two-piece bathroom first then. There's something in there. We'll get everything going, see how the pressure does. Toilet stall on the floor there. We got copper coming up with the shut-off. Just a two-piece, but we're doing well. Sheet of 5 is working as well. Good. The sink. Copper and copper. Nice and dry there, nice and tight. Good. While we're here as well. Real nice there. Maybe cock the wall up still a bit. And we have a Samsung Samsung dryer, LG washer. And again, copper, we got shutoffs going backwards. They might be going into the garage then. Nice and dry under here. And when the door opener's been taken off, or maybe they got a new door put on, this door is also supposed to close and latch itself. And that way, again, if the cars are running, the exhaust doesn't get in. Yeah, you got hot and cold out here from the looks of it. So those shutoffs inside will be for the winter time then. Okay, so into the kitchen while we're here too, we got a Bosch dishwasher, which is on auto wash. Samsung fridge with a couple little dents in it. KitchenAid range, and our vent. I don't know what the Q does. There we go. Nice. And that's the water cranking out outside here. Good. And again, get some water going. I like to see it caulk this still. Not that I didn't grit it or anything, but it's still good to caulk the bottom ends of it all. And underneath, you see all tied over to one side there. Dishwasher's in after the trap. Normally I like to see this line in here so you don't have the sewer stink coming out of the dishwashers. Hot, cold shutoffs. Cold's just missing a handle. Oh. Huh. I don't know which one's the dishwasher. That one goes up to the back of the sink. Well, that's your overflow. Alright, well that's just as bad, because this is a straight line into the sewers, going straight up into here, so that could stink also. The dishwasher's fine, get another one over here for the overflow. Nothing leaking. And the rest of the way, windows have been moving pretty nicely. They're all painted on the inside here, because they were that sort of almond color originally. The bathroom one and this one, they crank, but not great. This one doesn't come back in anymore on its own. It just gets stuck right here. So there's no gears you can buy for that. I have the electric fireplace there. There's wires running from the cabinet in behind all this stuff too, so I'm guessing the power cord's got to stay. Not really supposed to do that either. Should just have a dedicated plug for it. And just sort of finished off. Not quite sanded all the way yet. But the railings here are actually not allowed either. The gaps are way too big, so you want kids to get their head stuck in it. But you also don't want kids using it as a ladder to go up and fall over. They have to be tighter spaces and vertical. As the bedrooms go, again, doing quite nicely through here. Fans are all cranking, plugs are all grounded, floor is not bad. This window also doesn't come back in though. I think they are actually original, so, or close to it. There's no dates on anything. Oh, maybe, sorry. That's the first one. Nah, it doesn't read anything though. Just a little bit of trim on floor. Not finished off on the back end there. And then the back bedroom's the same. This screen is actually in the garage, so that's nice. And then again, we got all the water going. So, got all units going there. Flush our fifth, see how the pressure does. We're not going to fill this guy up, obviously. That's too much water to use of theirs. We'll see about GFI for protection later. Actually, pressure is really good still. That's nice to see. We're all topped up in the tub. We're all topped up in here. Nice. To me, we do the steams a little bit too. Alright, well, we'll come back to that when everything else is off. The tech's up this time with shut-offs. Nice and tight, nice and dry. The other side, same thing there. Good. The one tap sort of cartridges going on it. Sprayer nozzle's doing great. Working nicely there, no leaks on that one. Oh, and that one keeps spinning too. So yeah, it's going, but most of the pressure's still on the bottom end there. We have to get a plumber in, fix up the cartridges and the connections and stuff like that too. And we do have the fan here. So we'll see about the other bathroom, but that light is not shower proof. It's got to be sealed unit, right? So you don't have the exhaust getting back up inside it. This one would be borderline too, but it's just the tub. And then our plug is over to the GFI. I'd like to see a cock all this too though. Good. Then our third bathroom up here too again, very nicely. We do have the fan, so one of them's not going outside. That's that guy there. Windows again are okay. Pressure's still great. Our own GFI here too. Well, that doesn't cut out the power anymore, so you need a new one there. See you caulk all this too. That shower head's working okay, but this one here, I think the holder for it was on the floor here. It's just a magnetic one that's fallen off. So that should be your diverter then too. Nope. I don't know why that's not working. Something else for the plumber. And this is very loose. It shouldn't move that much. And be sealed better. In the sink again, we're all PEX. We'll look for some dates on all this stuff later from downstairs. Looks okay from here. No leaks. And on the way downstairs, you have a handrail, but it starts too low. It's got to start up here. It'll be continuous the whole way. So, I mean, people love doing these little steel pipe ones, but if your hand stops, it's not quite proper. Alright, first thing downstairs now is going to be our electrical panel box. That is your 200 amp main breaker there. Now shut down all the house power if you need it to. You got 100 going out to the garage there, and a giant old wire. Well, not that old, it's an aluminum wire, which is okay for this sort of application. They just don't like aluminum in the house. But actually not too bad in here either. Most of these are from 98. The rough wire was finished there December 99, so we'll call it 2000 for the age of the house. The rest of these are from 2000. They did some, came back, finished it up sort of thing. I'm not 100% when it was all done. But pretty good. So what I think we have is AC, stove, water heater, dryer. Everything neat and in on its own. And all of the just regular house circuits look to be copper as well. Good. Our ground line is going off the top here, and that's just coming over to the copper water pipe. Nice to see that we're sitting on drywall too. That's a nice way to do it. Don't see another one. So we have one here that grounds out the well pump. Normally there would be another one that goes outside out to ground rods. Maybe it's here grounded to the gas, which is great for the propane there. I'm not sure where the other one is. I'll keep looking around, but if not, you have to put a stake in outside and ground that way. The water heater's got the 12 gauge coming over here as well. It's all 3/4 inch pipe over here, which is fantastic too. You just can't see any info in the water heater here really. Let's see, open it up a touch. Well, maybe. It's got its approvals. It's a Ream. 175 liter. 09.99. So that might be original as well then. So looks like it's probably owned too. There's no rental tags visible around in there. And then this here's your high pressure valve for it. And every year you're supposed to test it. Okay, so you raise this valve up with a bucket under the line there, and water comes shooting out of it. And it's a safety device for it. So if the pressure builds up inside the tank rather than the tank exploding, the pressure is supposed to come out of here. It's a good thing to have working. It looks like you've got issues, you're calling a plumber for it. As far as the bladder tank goes in here, you can't really see another date, and maybe it's 06, but nothing for sure on that one. We're dry. So that then is your main shut off for the whole house as well. You got to drain it for the system here with plastic coming in and going underground, not sideways. So that's where they spray foamed it, I guess. Nice. And that's just an extra hose for down here. Yep, not doing anything right now. Alright, well, furnace is around the corner from us here. We've got our manifold here, so gas shut off is there for it. This is all put in 2018. And it's a York. And inside it here we have our approvals again. We're from 2018. And we're 80,000 B2, put 77,000 out. Good. Exhaust is good and tight there too. A little bit of build-up happening. See that? Let's find out if there's still a warranty with this thing. Look like it's been leaking a little bit. It's built up in the back there too. And just make sure they get it out, cleaned up, and sometimes the gaskets in these goes and they have to be changed over too, okay? Because that could also, if they're leaking water, they could be leaking exhaust. So, filter's nice and clean, that's good. We'll put it all back together and crank it up to make sure it's nice and hot today. And the condensates are all back down over there onto the floor drain. Nice. As far as our structure goes up top there, we all engineered joists up top. They were 1989 when they were even built. And then plywood for our floor too. And they say silent floor right on them. Yeah, they're glued down there. So you don't get any squeaks in the floor. That's fantastic. So there'll be your AC lines going out behind us. Septic's all going out over that way. And then HRV lines. Now this guy basically is just a big air mover. It moves air from inside to outside and then from outside to inside. So there's filters in here too, like outside we saw. They have to be cleaned out every so often. I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, it's a Van E. There we go. So you crank these open. There's one of your filters there. So it actually doesn't open all the way. You'd have to maybe cut the drywall back a bit anyways, make a little bit more room. The other one's on the other side there. Unfortunately, this is one of the styles that have been recalled. That model there, the 160. So there is a fix for them. It used to be free. I'm not sure if it is anymore. Sometimes they would send out a guy, sometimes they would send out the part. So that would be something to find about prior to purchase really, because you're not supposed to be using these because they can light on fire. So we'll just disconnect it for them for now. As far as our foundation goes through here, it hasn't looked too bad either. You can't see tons, it's sort of like mostly finished off. And then full of storage. As far as the walls go, there's no stains. The watermarks down the walls or the baseboard here. And everything's grounded nice too. They just didn't plug a plug in this corner here. So here we're at grade, but look All the way through here too. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all. Good. Getting everything going over here as well. Nice there, top or pecs coming in, shut off. Pressure again is great. Keep the corners cocked all the way around. Moving nicely that way. I don't think that light is appropriate. That's the fan and light together. Oh, it's just falling off, that's why. It's not in all the way. I don't know. But it is sealed. Underneath for pecs again. And there's no dates on anything that I can see. Some pecs had a recall on it as well. Just not sure when any of this stuff was done. Maybe something to find out from them, or you have to have a plumber come out, just double check it all, make sure it's not the old stuff. There, we're okay. Into the other, we'll call it a bedroom down here. Windows aren't too bad at size. No big stains or anything through here either. Not bad, everything's been grounded so far. Looks like this guy's sort of built in. Nice. It's built in front of the window though. Different way to do it. Yeah, the rest of the way through in the rec room. Not bad either. Lovely. So we've got the furnace fired up here now too. Just starting to get there. But this one's, oh, that's duct taped and foil taped off. So that's not doing any heat right now. A bunch of our screens are down here as well. The other ones are in the garage. But we'll just double check all of our ducts here. Oh yeah, we're up to 34 degrees there. It's nice and warm. And 26 there. That one's a little bit lower of a flow. And then 31 there. Better. Bedroom. No, 24. Yeah, that's about it. You know what would be great down here too is some cold air returns. If you get them into the wall there, or you get them into the wall, you know, somewhere over that way. And that way you take all the cold air off the floor and move it around too. Bathroom, 31 degrees. Workout room, we're 33 degrees. And then that is your outside tap shut off as well for the winter time. And back over this way, nothing. Oh, let's talk about the steps here for a second as well. I don't love the steps. He screwed them down, or she, on the ends. This side they're sort of notched inside. I think this is the original stringer, and then there's another one underneath here now because they run short. So I think this is something too you're going to have the contractor look at. He crowned them up as well. So every middle is high, and not so much there. But each one of these has been doing this. And then they're not flat. So they lean back, which is better than forward. You know, but well, that one's leaning forward. Yeah, they're just not great and not proper. That's just a trip hazard. And the first one's too short too. It's only 8 inches. You should have 9. That's only 8 3/4. And these tend to be 9 after that or close to it. So again, it's trip and fall hazard all the way down. Get it fixed up. And thinking about it again a little bit too, we were cantilevered 28 inches, and all the weight of all that snow load on these 2x6s is sitting over nothing. The beam's back over here. That again, it's going to be something to look at because he didn't even put it on the joist. They have all places to put it, right? Joist is over here. It's over that side of it. And again, we're over to that side of it. As far as our heat goes up here, we're 32 degrees coming in. We're missing a grill, but we're 31. Bathroom, 36. Middle of the room there, return is 21. Coming in, we're 34. And 35. Door, 35 again as well. Return 2 of them, nice, 21, 22. Coming in, 37, back bedroom, 33, 32, and bathroom, 31. And the front bedroom here, we're 37, and double return again too. Now these are great. So you close these down in the summertime, that takes the heat off the ceiling. puts it into the AC. That's 21. Bathroom 35. And the last bedroom here, 21, 21. And then maybe, yeah, covered up, 37. So we're heating well around, and that'll do it then for the video portion of the inspection on this property.